So sometimes I probably don't show you enough of this side of it. So if you have a look at this conger reel, I'll get this line out of the way. That is a T-bar, you've probably seen them before. As you can see, that fish is hooked in the mouth. So all I need to do, this is quite straightforward when it stops spinning. There you go. Bit further. Quite hard with the wind straight at my chops. There you go. Good morning everyone and welcome back to the beautiful Bristol Channel here in Somerset. You join myself, Wayne, on a morning session. We're back at the top of the Bristol Channel where I don't really get that long. Obviously it looks a little bit dark. I've got no waterproofs on, so that could be the first issue. Come out on my own to do a few hours of fishing here on the Bristol Channel. What I'm going to do is quickly get ready. I've got my baits defrosting a little bit because this is a last minute session. So I've got some herring, riot baits, squid and riot baits bluey. What I'm going to do today for this 4 or 3.5 hour session is target a fawn back ray, which this time of year could be well in excess of £10 if I'm very lucky. But look, I'm going to continue setting up. I've got about 1 hour and 40 till high water, which, believe it or not, will be up here. We will be up on the top. Now I'm going to fish it over the top where I could get a nice conger reel, if I'm lucky, and then fish it back down for 1 hour, hour and a half. But we're out fishing. I think I may get wet. I've not bought any waterproofs because I don't know why. I've left them in my van and I can't really explain to you why. But look, I've got my naggers. I've got my fathoms. Let's get my rigs out. I'll bring you back. I'll show you them. We'll have a few casts. I need to hit it today for this mark because I need to be out on that tide. It's just starting to rain, so let me sort my stuff out. And when I come back, hopefully, I can make a nice video for us and I can get us a few fish here on the beautiful Bristol Channel. So the deal is, you stay dry, facing this way. I'm getting soaked. I'm not actually sure why I left my waterproofs in the van. Well, I kind of know why, because the weather people said yet again it wasn't going to rain. So if you're a Met-Hawk and you work in the weather department, what the hell's going on? No, jokes aside, should only be a little shower. How you all doing, everyone? Hope you're doing all right. What can I tell you? Oh yeah, so since we last done that chisel video, I went out and competed for that EFSA English Shore Championships, which also is the selection to fish for England in Europe next year. Well, I say it's in Europe. The European Championships is in Wales. So I met up with Jem and Stu and all the others, and we fished against each other on Friday and Saturday. And on Friday, I won my zone, which was quite nice. And on Saturday, I came second, and this was at Southbourne, which meant I finished joint first. But on a count back, I got silver and naturally selected for England to our very good friend, Dr. Jem Stapleton. So congratulations, Jem is actually the first female winner of an EFSA England Shore Championship ever. So, as you know, she's a superstar. She happens to be our friend, or my friend as well. And our mate Stu, even though he's Welsh, it doesn't really matter in the fishing game. He got bronze, so he's been selected, and obviously he done really well as well. I am getting soaked, so I'm going to turn you off. Actually, I'll just get wet. I'm only here for 3 hours. Right, rig-wise today, I'll come in. I am using a 5 foot, or nearly 6 foot pulley. Got an 8-ounce grip lead to a splashdown, to a clip, a bead, 120 pound rig body, to a pulley bead, a bead, to a swivel, to actually today 120 pound hook length. As I mentioned, over high and over low in the Bristol Channel, you've got a very good chance of catching a conger eel. If you remember back before we're in Norway and before I now fish for England, and we had 10,000 subs last week, it's all going pretty well for me, and that's thanks to you guys. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the fishing. I was here fishing on my own when I come back from Cyprus and hooked a massive conger. Well, I say massive, well over 20 pound, and I couldn't get it in. So what I've done today, I've stepped up my hook length. I've actually got some wire, but I don't really like using them. Here I find you can land them. On Chesil, I'd definitely be using wire because you can get one over 100 pound. But look, I'm waffling, the wind's getting up. I have a sore throat. When I bring you back, I'll show you my bait. We'll do some casting and hopefully I can get some bites on camera. As it stands at the moment, I can't have you facing the water. I'm just going to keep you there, right? The angles today are going to be a little bit difficult. Just chuck my bait needle on the floor. So as I only found out, my ass is hanging out. It's not a good look, is it? As I only decided to go early this morning because I woke up just feeling a bit crappy, I didn't get a chance to get my bait out or anything. I don't really like defrosting bait. As I tell you all the time, if it's frozen, keep it frozen. If it's fresh, keep it fresh. But when I'm out here for a couple of hours, I like to get the bait out because it's only 25 minutes from my house. I like to get it out early just so it's a little bit soft, but I haven't. So what I'm going to do is we'll go for double squid on one for now and a bluey on the other one. This is not the best for filming, I'm fully aware. This weather doesn't help us at all, but it's now October and we've got to make do, haven't we? We've not really been blessed with a great summer. I know I'm like a broken record with that, but yeah. For someone like myself who's been outside the whole time, probably like you if you work outside, it's been pretty emotional. As you can see and feel, the wind's got right up again. It's not even meant to be windy today. It's now probably 20 mile an hour, I don't know. Right, that bait elastic's shut. It's not, I've got a fine and a medium, and I'm trying to wrap fish baits with a fine. Get some out, let's get it out there. So yeah, it's a bit of a rush job really, a few hours, but that doesn't matter. Sometimes they can be the best sessions, you know. You know I normally plan, and I'm out for hours, especially on the Chesil Beach. Sometimes here you can get it all done, 3 hours, go home, get on with work, yeah? That's the plan. Stan. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just putting this, I've just put a double squid, reversed them, head, tail, so they're more symmetrical. We've done this quite a lot of times, I know. To the bait needle to keep it nice and straight. Plenty of bait elastic on it already, or latex, so it's biodegradable. And then what I do is I just then present it to the hooks. I've got a 4.0 J hook with a 4.0 circle with my magic tubing for resistance. Big baits, probably only cast, I know, twice, maybe 3 times each on each rod. Pretty simple stuff. I've got my shelter in the car, on the van. I've got all my waterproofs, and look at me, I'm soaked. Just what I need when I'm feeling shitty, but look, we'll get by, I'll survive. I'm not out here all day, so let's get it out there. So if you've got a bit of water on the screen, that little shower has turned into a monsoon. But that's the way it goes. Today I am using my Tronix Pro competition naggers, paired up with my Fathom 15s. 22 pound main line, which is 0.4 something. I should know, but you know me. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, it's going to feel quite nice using this kit, because the weekend when I was competing for England selection, I was casting 20 yards out with size 4 and 6 hooks with 12 to 15 pound hook lengths catching school bass, which is emotional. I like to cast and put big baits out there. I see that as an asset to my fishing. Fishing that style is a leveler, all right? Casting 20 yards or 10 yards is a leveler. I'm not a super duper caster, as I've said to you, but I can get myself out of trouble if needed. Hopefully, when I fish for England next year, we end up going to some venues where casting helps. If not, it's a leveler and I'll have to try hard. When we go over to Holland, I know it's all about flounders, and I believed over in Wales, it's more about flounders as well, which can be 5 to 10 yards out, laying it on the floor as the tide comes in, which is still great fishing, but it levels the playing field, which I suppose is a good thing. Right, I'm gonna get this in the water. There you go. Let's double squid on my 5-foot pulley. Let's turn you around. You may get blown over and you may get wet, but that's life. I haven't really had a practice cast, but I'm not on the flooding tide. I'm just gonna bop it out there. No messing. On the ebb, I'll probably, sorry, it's so slippery underfoot. I'm scared of hitting it. But look, there we go. There's one in the water. Welcome back, everyone. You know, I'm very grateful for all your support lately. A lot of you have been there since day one, but it means a lot. I don't want to keep harping on about it, but without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this, would I? Shore fishing wise, we're probably the fastest growing YouTube channel in the UK, or one of them anyway. Just barely shore fishing. I'm not a team. I've got no promotion. I'm not sending out emails every 2 minutes or running competitions in magazines. It's just me out fishing, and that's how it is, and that will never change. But anyway, that's enough waffling. Ratchets on, let's do some fishing. So for anyone worried, not that you'd be worried or thinking I've been a bit stupid coming out, it is literally just a cold. You can actually get them though. But I'm just taking precautions like you would normally, you know. If you felt ill, you wouldn't go and see your parents, would you? Well, you might do if you didn't like them. So I just, like normal, changing my hook length. A lot of people ask me what I use for my hook lengths. I like using Invisible. It's really good, you can get it everywhere. That's 129 pound and it's 0.9, and it's really supple, so I can just tie it. Look how easy this is. 129 pound line. I normally use this as my rig body, but as I said before, I got bit off by a conger, so I'm just gonna just simple knot. Look how easy that pulls together. I like using my teeth. You shouldn't do, especially now the prices of a dentist. Man, as you can see, we've now got a rainbow. That just pretty much sums up the weather in the UK. Well, what the hell? I've got a slack line for some reason. I had this one nice and tight and it's gone all slack. There we go. So I am here. Reckon I'm in. Well, I'm actually into a fish already. So I was just showing you the rainbow, baiting up my other rig, and this was slack. I had my ratchet on, but obviously the fish has come towards me. Wow, that's a good start. Like I said, There's a conger. I know I've got 130 pound hook length. Feels more like a ray. There's a bit of weed in the water. Good start. First cast. Yeah, I am in. Reckon I could be a format. Yeah, oh, it's a conger. Well, well, not that small. I'm quite confident. And there we go. He's absolutely nailed that double squid bait. But that, everyone, is literally 3 minutes of fishing. And we're into a fish. So there you go, everyone. He's nailed the circle hook. Let's sort this fish out and get him back. But that is a good start. A couple of hours, felt a bit shitty this morning. Couldn't really breathe in bed. You know what it's like when you got a cold. And I thought I'll grab some frozen baits. I've not really got much on till this afternoon. And boom, we're into a beautiful conger. Not the biggest, but definitely welcome. So if my ass keeps hanging out, I don't know why. I think my hoodie shrunk. That classic, yeah. Someone's broke in, stolen all my clothes and swapped them for smaller ones. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. I'm meant to be doing good as well, you know? Right, so what I'm gonna do now, obviously the squid works. I've got that conger eel in a sea puddle, so it's fine. I just want to get another bait in the water because I literally just had one rod in the water. Some bluey. Oh, these are stinking. Hopefully the thornback rays like these, as we've ticked off a conger eel already, be nice to catch a target species of a thornback ray. What I do is just put a bait needle through them. So what I do again, 2 mini blueies from Riot Baits, put them back to back, head to tail, make a more streamlined bait, and just wrap them up, just like this. Don't want to do it too tight because I don't want all the blood to come out. I'm not casting a million miles. I will do on the back tide, but the flood tide comes in here, so I'm getting tied. When the tide goes out, it shoots off at that point, so we need to hit it a little bit further. Well, it's stopped raining and we've caught a fish. There you go. Could be neater. Not the best baiting up I've done, but it's not too bad. Just want to get it in the water. And there you go. Double small bluey on a 6-foot pulley, ready for a thornback ray. Look at that for a rainbow. We got wet, caught a fish, and now we got a rainbow. How beautiful. As I like to mention quite a lot of times to you, for me, fishing is not all about catching fish. Luckily, I've just caught one, but things like that, I know it's only a rainbow, but with the waves, the wind, just being outside is definitely good for your mind. Well, it is me. So if you haven't been out fishing for a while, or you want to get into it, do it. You will not be disappointed. And then sometimes we can go back, whether you're a woman or a man, to the hunter-gatherer stage. And if I wanted to today, I could take that conger eel home that I've just caught. I wouldn't be very popular because they taste horrible, in my opinion. But I'm sure some of my friends that are really good chefs could make a nice meal out of that. But there's plenty of stuff on the internet about cooking. There's plenty of stuff on the internet about coming out fishing. So if you like things like that, you enjoy the waves and you like to feel good, even when you're probably under the weather like myself, then definitely come out fishing. I absolutely love it. Right, let's get this out here. Not going to stick it a million miles. As I've said, the tide's coming in. There's quite a lot of weed in the water, as expected after some big tides. So I don't really want a lot of line out there, if I'm being honest. But I'm just going to pop it out there. That sun's nice and bright. And there we go. So sometimes I probably don't show you enough of this side of it. So if you have a look at this conger reel, I'll get this line out of the way. That is a T-bar. You've probably seen them before. As you can see, that fish is hooked in the mouth. So all I need to do, this is quite straightforward when it stops spinning. Oh, I'm doing a good job of this. Right. So what I do now, I've got it in the hooklet, and all you do is just drop the line, bank the hook out like that. Simple stuff. I made a bit of a meal of it, but sometimes in real life, when you've got a conger reel spinning around, he's not really happy with you. It's not as straightforward. So I'm pleased I've showed you that even I struggle doing it. Wait until you've got a 50-pounder. But anyway, this little chap's gonna be well annoyed with me. I've got him in a sea pool, and there you go. That, everyone, is a conger reel here on the Bristol Channel. He's not very happy. Let's get him back. Let's give him a little kiss. Cheers, mate. First cast on the fish. Go on, buddy. Look at the rainbow. A conger reel and a rainbow. What more can you ask for? Go on, son. There you go. And there we go. Right, let's see if I can get a second rod in the water. So this one I've mixed it up a little bit. I've done a cocktail, as we like to call it in the fishing world. So most thornback rays in the Bristol Channel, or most rays everywhere, like sandeel, squid, sprats, mackerel. Rays are renowned for eating fish baits. Sometimes up here you can get them on crab, but as a rule, big fish baits will get you a ray. So what I've got this time is half a herring. Sound like herring then, like a bird. It's not a bird, I've got half a bird on here. Half a herring, sprat, and a squid. But look, there you go. Let's get out there, shall we? Ooh. Pretty fresh in that wind. Especially now I've got a little bit of a going over and I'm pretty wet. Yeah, just split this one out there. Nice. That weed's come in now. It's on this wall, which is, you know, it's going to be a problem, but it's nice at the moment. That wind's just blowing the weed in. When the water comes up over the wall, it's going to be like the black death of weed. But it should be right. And when the tide goes out, it'll be ebbing that way, so it should take the weed away. I don't know if it will though. Hopefully it will. But look, now we're fishing. 2 rods. Let's sit back, watch the waves, enjoy the weather. Hopefully, get you some more fish.
Heading up the west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names.
As you can see, the tide's going to come up over the wall. 3 hours ago, you could hardly see the water here. I know we've done this before, but it's the second rise and fall of tide in the world. And it's pretty stunning. As you can see, there's quite a lot of weed in the water. But that should come up on here, and when the tide starts ebbing out to the left, it should just move along the wall as I'm in the corner and go the other way. He says. But look, if I get any more action, you know by now, you'll be the first to know. And hopefully I can get us a nice thornback ray. But we're out fishing and we're having a good time. And that is all that matters. as you can see, the tide's coming. I've got a bait ready. We're probably 10 minutes from high water. What I like to do is change the baits then, because for me, that is the best time when you can get a conger reel in the Bristol Channel. We've got a nice bait there, look. Sardine and squid. Let's bring this one in and change the bait. Lucky I got wellies on. It's a bluey one. There we go, perfectly untouched, as expected. Let's swap this out, get another bait in the water. As I like to tell you all the time, I like a spare bait ready. As you can see, I've just wound this one in. You can just place this one on the floor. If you're fishing a public beach with humans and dogs, or foxes like on Chesil, make sure you don't put any rigs on the floor, but I'm the only one here. I know it'll be fine. And all I like to do is change this over. And there we are, I'm not messing around. I know I've got to wind it in and cast out, but it's fresh bait. I definitely don't want to step over the edge. I can see where it is anyway. I wouldn't die, I'd just be wet. And there we go. Just like that. Let's get this one in the water. There we go, right in that wind. Not bad really. 7-ounce lead. Boom it out there. The way I like to fish. Well, the weekend I wasn't fishing like that. I was underarm in size 6s, 8s, 10 hooks, catching 20cm bass. But I've done the trick though. Could get a bass today. I've not really caught a bingo fish yet for you on the Bristol Channel while I've been filming. I've caught some nice fish, but I've not actually caught, you know, a random 15-pound bass or something like that, you know, which would be quite nice. Anyway, that's that one. I'll switch shift bait up and we'll do the other one. Well, yeah, again, I was just changing my bait on the other rod and I've looked around and this one's pulled down. And I'm into a fish. Not sure what it is. Pulling back. Could we have our target species? Whoa. We could have a ray. Or it could be a nice conger. Feels more like a ray, this one. Hey, we're on the fish. It's up in the water. Try and get it up. Feels a nice fish. Swimming with me now. It could be a round fish. Oh, it's a conger. It's a bigger one this time. Right, luckily I've got my 130-pound hook length. This is a better fish. Let's surf him over. There he is. Woo! On the fish, everyone. A couple of hours before work and I'm bagging. This fish is still swimming around here. Come on then. Not the biggest, but he's absolutely nailed that. So thankfully, I upped my hook length because that would have most probably bitten me off. But there you go. It's not the biggest. It's definitely nice. And that's another nice conger reel. And look at him spin. He's trying to bite me off. But I'll sort this fish out. I'll get another bait in the water. But there you go. That's a nice fish, everyone. A beautiful, probably 8 or 9 pound conger eel here on the mighty Bristol Channel. Let's get him back. There you go. Bit further. Quite hard with the wind straight at my chops. There you go. Been fishing for about an hour of the ebb now. And it's not happening, but that's fine. As I've said to you before, the first cast and the last cast are most important. So what I've done now is just put out double squid on both. I'm just going to sit it out. I've had it here where you're fishing with your shock leader hanging out in the water and you're probably packing everything away and you look round and your rod's just hooped. Yeah, it just seems to be a good time. And the same when the tide's coming in. We seem to be on that first push and last push. But it's been a nice morning. We got wet at the start. Had a couple of conger eels, you know. 2 bites, 2 fish. I'm pretty happy. Well, I'll keep fishing. Next time you see me, so I got a tickly cough. Next time you see me, I'll either have another conger eel or a bass maybe, or maybe our target species, not forgetting a thornback ray, or I'll be all packed up and I'll just say, thanks for watching, my name's Wayne, here's Bristol Channel. You know how it goes. Anyway, hopefully, we've got half an hour left and it's definitely a good time to get another fish. Don't worry, it's not a scream and run. Imagine that. I'm just winding in. As you can see, we've lost the water. But we've had a go, haven't we? I've come out for a few hours. I've only been here just shy of 3 hours, believe it or not. It's cost me a packet of squid. Well, not even that, half a packet of squid. And 2 little bluey. And 1 herring. Yeah, it's not been frantic action, but a nice couple of fish on a sunny morning is what it's all about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wind in, catch a little bit of seaweed for good measure, cut the bait off and make my way home. So, you know what's coming. My name's Wayne. This has been the beautiful Bristol Channel here in Somerset. Until next time, look out for yourself, talk to your friends and get out fishing. Cheers everyone, and see you somewhere else next week.